Alright, so now we'll get started on exercise 2, differential stains. In this exercise, you will prepare bacterial smears via gram stains using pure samples from broths inoculated in a previous experiment. So the first step of the procedure is to label the end of a blank slide S. cerevisiae with a permanent marker, and then flip the slide over and draw a dime-sized circle on the underside of your slide. So I'm just gonna do this on a white sheet of paper so you can see what I'm doing. So grab a clean slide in your Sharpie, and I'm pretty sure I can't write S. cerevisiae this way. So I'm gonna write it along the top. So S Cerevisiae. And then I'll turn it over and draw a circle about the size of a dime, and then turn it back over. And then step 2 is gather your active S. cerevisiae broth in an inoculation loop. So this first tube is my S. cerevisiae. So I'll just move these to the back so that I don't confuse them. And so we'll want our loops. And I'm guessing we will want a cup and our alcohol. So I'll just have this cup and have my alcohol ready, and then I'll grab one loop, put that over here. And then it says step 3, sterilize the inoculation loop by placing it in a cup of alcohol for 30 seconds. So I will label this alcohol because I have another cup with water in it. And then I'm getting really low on alcohol, so I'm only gonna fill it about a quarter way full because we just need to sterilize the loop part. So I'll just set it in there and wait 30 seconds for it to sterilize the loop. All right, so it's been 30 seconds, and so I do not suggest waving it around in the air like the instructions say. You'll just want to tap any large amounts of liquid off and then just let it air dry. And in the past, it seems to take about 2 minutes. So while we're letting that dry, we can read the other steps so that we're ready. So step 3 is sterilize the inoculation loop by placing it in alcohol for 30 seconds. Remove the loop and shake to dry. Step 4 is remove the lid from an active S. cerevisiae broth and pass the lip through the flame of the candle to sterilize. And then step 5 is carefully insert the loop into the broth. Step 6 is transfer the liquid adhering to the loop over the dime-sized circle on the labeled side of the slide. And then it says see figure 19. So we'll want to get our candle out, and I'm going to move my paper away from the candle. And light our candle. I'm going to move the alcohol away from the candle as well. And so what we'll want to do is use your pinky to open the tube And then what we'll do is run the mouth of the tube over the flame to sterilize the opening. And then you'll be taking your loop. So this one's not sterilized, but I'm just gonna, so you're going to put it into the tube and try not to touch the sides. And then liquid will collect in the center of the loop. And then you're going to transfer it by just swiping it in a circular pattern over the dime-sized spot that we drew on our slide. So let me check if our loop is dry. And there's a little bit of liquid, but it's mostly dry. See if you can see that. So I think we're ready to do this. All right, so first you'll want to grab your loop with your index finger and your thumb. And then you open the tube with your pinky, hold on to the lid, run your tube over the flame, and then you'll take a sample from your tube. And then close your tube and put it back in your rack. And then we'll just transfer the liquid to the circle. And so should be able to see liquid on the slide. So now we're at step 8, place the inoculation loop into undiluted bleach prior to disposal. So I'm just gonna put this in my undiluted bleach from exercise 1. I'm still letting them soak. But what you can also do is just grab another cup and just put your waste that you'll need to put in bleach after the lab is done. So now we are on step 9. Allow the slide to completely air dry. So let this slide dry and I'll blow out my candle and we'll be right back. All right, so my slide has fully dried. So it won't look shiny anymore when you look at it from an angle. And the center does look a little different, but I don't think it's wet anymore. All right, so now we are at step 10, which is heat fix the sample by holding it sample side up with a test tube clamp while passing it above the flame 5 times. So I'm gonna light my candle again. And we wanna get a good grip on our slide, so make sure it doesn't like fall. So this is how you'll want it, and then just slowly run it over the flame 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I got some soot on mine, and so I'm gonna wipe that off on the bottom. So it says, no, do not hold this slide directly in the flame. Too much heat will destroy the sample and potentially break the slide. So what they mean is don't just hold it in the flame. You want to be constantly moving it. And then step 11 is allow your slide to cool. Put it off to the side and blow out my candle. And so now we're at step 12. Repeat steps 1 through 11 for your body sample broth. So we'll get another slide out. And for this one, we're gonna call it skin sample. And then you flip it over and draw a circle about the size of a dime. And then flip it back over. So to speed things up, I've been allowing my loop to sit in alcohol. So I'll just tap off any of the large drops of alcohol that's remaining on the loop, and I'll let that air dry for about 2 minutes. And I should probably have just left my candle burning, because we're gonna have to run the tube over it. So we'll put the Cerveza, and then you'll want to make sure that the lid is still a little loose, and we will have our skin sample one ready.